India faces a serious unemployment problem. The official unemployment rate is high. In September 2024, it was 7.8%. This is down slightly from August 2024, when it was 8.5%. However, even these numbers don't tell the whole story. Many people in India are underemployed. They work in low-paying jobs that do not match their skills. This is especially true for young people and educated Indians. The situation is worse in some states. Lakshadweep, Goa, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands have the highest unemployment. Tripura, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Gujarat, and Assam have the lowest rates. However, even in these states, many people struggle to find good jobs. The problem of unemployment is not new. It has been growing for years. In 2013 to 14, the unemployment rate was 3.4%. It has been rising ever since. This trend is worrying. It suggests that India is not creating enough jobs for its growing population. The unemployment crisis is a major challenge for India. It threatens the country's economic progress and social stability. The government needs to take urgent action to address this issue. Why is unemployment so high in India? There are many reasons for this complex problem. One reason is the lack of good jobs, especially in smaller towns and rural areas. Many people have to leave their homes to find work. This can be difficult and expensive. Another reason is corruption. Bribery is common in many sectors, including the job market. This makes it difficult for honest people to get ahead. It also discourages businesses from investing and creating jobs. The education system also plays a role. Many young people are not getting the skills they need to find jobs. They may be graduating with degrees that are not in demand, or they may lack the practical skills needed in the workplace. Finally, India's economy is not growing fast enough to create enough jobs for everyone. While India is one of the fastest growing economies, the benefits of this growth are not reaching everyone. This is partly because the growth is concentrated in a few sectors. These sectors do not employ many people. India's unemployment crisis has been made worse by a series of economic shocks. One such shock was demonetization. In 2016, the government suddenly banned high-value currency notes. This was meant to curb black money. However, it also disrupted the economy. Many businesses had to close down. People lost their jobs. Another shock was the implementation of the Goods and Services Tax, or GST. The GST was introduced in 2017. It was meant to simplify the tax system. However, it also led to confusion and disruption. Many businesses struggled to adapt to the new system. The COVID-19 pandemic was another major blow to the Indian economy. Lockdowns and restrictions led to widespread job losses. Many businesses shut down permanently. The informal sector, which employs a large part of the workforce, was hit particularly hard. These economic shocks have made it even harder for people to find jobs in India. They have also pushed many people into poverty. One of the most worrying aspects of India's unemployment crisis is the problem of underemployment. This is when people are stuck in jobs that do not match their skills or qualifications. They are not able to use their full potential. This is a waste of human capital. Underemployment is a serious problem among educated Indians. Many graduates are forced to take up low-paying jobs. These jobs may not even require a degree. For example, a person with a Master of Science degree may end up working as a farmhand. This is because there are simply not enough good jobs for everyone. The competition for jobs is fierce. Employers can afford to be picky. They often prefer to hire people with experience. This puts young graduates at a disadvantage. Underemployment has serious consequences for individuals and society. It leads to frustration, low morale, and a feeling of being stuck. It also means that India is not fully utilizing its human capital. This hinders economic growth. Section 5. Government efforts, too little, too late. The Indian government is aware of the unemployment problem. It has launched various schemes and programs to create jobs. These include skill development programs, entrepreneurship schemes, and infrastructure projects. The government has also increased its spending on education and health. However, these efforts have not been enough to solve the problem. The unemployment rate remains high. Underemployment is still widespread. There are several reasons for this. One reason is that the government's efforts are not always well targeted. For example, many skill development programs do not train people for the jobs that are actually available. This means that even after completing the training, people may still struggle to find work. Another reason is that corruption and inefficiency continue to plague government programs. Funds are often siphoned off, projects are delayed. This undermines the effectiveness of the government's efforts. Section 6, the growth paradox. Why are jobs lagging behind? India's economy has been growing at a healthy pace for several years. However, this growth has not translated into enough jobs. This is known as jobless growth. There are several reasons for this disconnect between growth and job creation. One reason is that much of India's growth is concentrated in capital-intensive sectors. These sectors use a lot of capital, machinery, technology, but employ relatively few people. For example, the IT sector is a major driver of India's economic growth. However, it employs only a small fraction of the workforce. Another reason is that many businesses in India are reluctant to hire workers on a permanent basis. They prefer to hire workers on a contract or temporary basis. This gives them more flexibility. However, it also means that workers do not have job security. They may be laid off at any time. The lack of job creation is a serious concern. It means that the benefits of economic growth are not reaching everyone. This could lead to social unrest if not addressed. Section 7. The human cost. Poverty, frustration and despair. Unemployment and underemployment have a devastating impact on individuals, families and society as a whole. For individuals, being unemployed can lead to financial hardship, stress and a loss of self-esteem. It can also lead to social isolation and a sense of hopelessness. For families, unemployment can mean falling into poverty, struggling to make ends meet, and having to cut back on essential expenses like food and education. It can also lead to tension and conflict within the family. For society, high unemployment can lead to increased crime rates, social unrest, and a decline in overall well-being. It can also lead to a loss of human capital as people's skills and talents are not being utilized. Section 8. The lost generation, youth unemployment and its dangers. Young people are particularly vulnerable to unemployment. In India, the unemployment rate among youth is much higher than the national average. This is a serious problem, as it represents a waste of human potential and can lead to a range of social and economic problems. There are several reasons why youth unemployment is so high in India. One reason is the lack of quality education and training opportunities. Many young people are not equipped with the skills they need to compete in the job market. Another reason is the mismatch between the skills that young people have and the jobs that are available. Many young people are graduating with degrees that are not in demand, while there is a shortage of skilled workers in sectors such as manufacturing and construction. High youth unemployment can have a number of negative consequences. It can lead to increased poverty, crime and social unrest. It can also lead to a decline in social mobility, as young people from disadvantaged backgrounds find it even harder to get ahead. Section 9. A path forward. Solutions for a jobless future. Addressing India's unemployment crisis requires a multi-pronged approach. The government, the private sector and civil society all have a role to play. One important step is to improve the quality of education and training. This means ensuring that young people are graduating with the skills that are in demand by employers. Another important step is to create a more business-friendly environment. This will encourage investment and job creation. This includes reducing bureaucracy, improving infrastructure, and making it easier to do business in India. The government should also focus on creating more jobs in labor-intensive sectors such as manufacturing, tourism, and agriculture. This can be done through a combination of policies such as providing subsidies to businesses, investing in infrastructure, and promoting skill development programs. Finally, it is important to address the issue of underemployment. This means creating more opportunities for people to use their skills and talents fully. Solving India's unemployment crisis will not be easy. It will require a sustained effort from all stakeholders. However, it is an essential challenge that must be addressed if India is to achieve its full potential.